Welcome to 25 Days of Animal Facts. Today we're talking about the pronghorn antelope. So first fun fact, pronghorn antelopes aren't actually a true antelope. What pronghorn antelopes are is the second fastest land mammal there is. They are only beat by the cheetah. They can run at around 60 or 65 miles per hour and run at sustained speeds of 30 miles per hour. They have an amazing field of vision. Their peripheral vision lets them see 300 degrees around them, and they can see as far as 4 miles away. You might be thinking to yourself, why do they need all these adaptations? In addition to what I've stated, they also are excellent swimmers, and they only sleep for like 10 minutes or so at a time, usually at a max, so that way they can always be on alert. They actually owe their evolutionary success to the now extinct American cheetah. Back when the American cheetah used to roam North America, they had to evolve in order to not be predated to extinction. And it worked, because we still have the pronghorn antelope today, not so much the American cheetah. So the pronghorn antelope's closest relative is actually the okapi and the giraffe, and they got their name from their very unique backward-facing horns. And yes, horns, not antlers. You can see here that unlike an antler, this is made of keratin, kind of like our fingernails or like a bull's horn. It's not made of bone. Despite that, the pronghorn antelope actually sheds its horns every year, kind of like how a deer loses its antlers every year. Also, the females kind of have horns. This is a female antelope skull, so you can see that it does have little bumps on here. Now, obviously, this is not the same as this male antelope here with the larger horn set, but they do grow little horns. So on a male, your horns are going to look a little more like this if you're looking at the skull. If you see that white part in there, that's what that little bump would grow into. That is the horn core, whereas the outer part is the sheath. Pronghorn antelope also rely on safety in numbers. They can be found in herds as large as 100 members. And yes, they are suited to rather extreme temperature ranges. They can be in temperatures anywhere from -50 degrees Fahrenheit to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Another weird little thing is they're actually really bad at drinking water. They prefer to get most of their water intake from the plants that they eat. So believe it or not, we did actually almost hunt the pronghorn antelope into extinction. Thankfully, they're doing much better today in most areas. Some, like the pronghorn antelope in Baja California, are still struggling a bit, but ultimately their biggest dangers these days are actually habitat fragmentation and habitat loss, and coyotes. The way that coyotes hunt them is actually really sneaky. So they go after their young, and when the mother antelope or the herd of antelope are away from their young, who are bedded down, similar to how deer do, where they hide, the coyote will just act like they're not actually interested, like they're hunting something else, like mice, and then they will quickly come over and grab the young antelope. They know that if they're not sneaky, they're gonna get their butt kicked. I hope that you learned something new about the pronghorn antelope, and as always, I definitely encourage you to look up this very unique species.